everyone, welcome to the latest episode of our Product Inspiration series. I'm Sophie, Sales and Service Solution Champion from the SAP CX Adoption Office. Today we are going to deep dive into SAP Sales and Service Cloud version 2 with a particular emphasis on customization and extensibility using low-code, no-code tools. Joining us today for the demonstration is Vinay, our Senior Product Manager for this solution. Hi Vinay.
Hi Sophie, and hello everyone. I am excited to be here today. And today I'm here to share the unique extensibility features of SAP Sales Cloud version 2.
Let's kick things off with our first question. Vinay, why did SAP invest in creating these new extensibility features for Sales and Service Cloud version 2? We often hear about SAP's clean core strategy. Can this be applied to our new Sales and Service Cloud solution too?
Fantastic question, Sophie. SAP always looks to serve the businesses better. And we know no two businesses are the same. They all have their own unique needs and operations. So we have invested in these features to provide flexibility for our customers to customize the SAP Sales Cloud version 2 according to their own needs.
Makes perfect sense. Moving on to the second question. What concrete scenarios or features does Sales and Service Cloud version 2 offer to facilitate customization?
SAP Sales Cloud version 2 comes packed with the features for customization. For starters, we provide low-code, no-code composer integration that let our business users extend the solution. With Business Accelerator Hub, we provide hundreds of APIs. With in-app extensibility, we let our users extend the solution without modifying the code using extension fields, validation rules, and determination rules. Basically, users gain the option of extending our solution to their business needs.
That sounds really promising. Lastly, can you please share how our customers can adopt these new capabilities?
Of course, adapting these new capabilities is intended to be as seamless as possible. SAP has provided clear instructions and tools to create additional fields, embed custom modules, customize UI appearances, and even create validation and determination rules from the scratch. It's all designed to function and integrate with our customers' SAP and non-SAP solution. Now, let's dive into our demo part and see how low-code, no-code scenarios work in action.
When we log in as an administrator, we have the Settings option. And in the Settings, we can find our Extensibility administration when we search for extensibility here. In the Extensibility administration, we can add custom fields, define custom logic, and do furthermore customizations things. Now, when we want to extend something, we first need to address the object we want to extend. In our case, we would like to extend a custom field to an account. Here we can create a new field, we can define a label, and we can also define a data type like a string, a list, or a number, or an amount, whatever is needed for our requirement. In our case, we will use a string, but we will use a coded string. So a list of values that we can also translate, and that can have things like a priority list, for example, and that's what we do here. So we make a custom classification for an account, maybe to addition to the standard ABC classification that is in the system. That could be anything you would need for your customization here. And we can add here different rows here to define that list. We can translate the values in different languages for sure. Therefore, that we have a language translation, and then we're going to save this list here. Now we have created a new database field on the account. We have defined the data type of it, and now we need to add it to the user front end. For that, we just switch it to the accounts. We open up any of the accounts where we would like to add it, and that's added to all accounts because that's a master data field that we extend now. And we just switch back now to the adaptation mode, which allows us to adapt the user interface. You see now a lot of areas where we can change things. We, in particular, would like to add a new field to our account here. So we go to Edit here, and then we say Add Field from List. And then we have all standard fields available that are maybe not displayed here, but also the extension fields. And we are going to select an extension field. Here we find also our custom classification that we just created in the step before. We're going to apply here. And there we have the custom classification. I can already see my value, select one, and save it here. So then I can enter session. And then the field is saved. And every user now has this field available. And it's available also in all sources, like APIs or for the analytics piece. But the in-app extensibility options don't only allow us to create extension fields. We can also create custom logic. So let's go to the settings and go again to the extensibility administration. Here we search for any object we want to extend, like the opportunity, for example, and select it. Now you can see there are some custom fields here. We can also define some attributes like which fields are mandatory, updatable, and required, and we can also create validations. A validation is such a logic where we can use code blocks or a scripting language to define such a validation. Here, let's just create a message that displays a warning. We just start by giving our validation a name, like a warning should be displayed on the high priority, for example. Now, the first thing we do is add in condition blocks. So we drag and drop an if here. Then we want to check on a certain field. And if you can select all the fields, like the priority, for example, in our case, we want to check that it's equal, a certain value. And now we can select from the various values, like immediate here. And in that case, we want to display a warning message to the user. In addition, this is an immediate opportunity you should really prioritize before the other ones. Then we just save and activate it. And with that, we have done our first small custom logic. Now we created a new validation that is creating always a warning message if we have an opportunity with a very high priority. This helps the user to directly see his additional node that he should take extra care here. There are more things we can do, like determinations where we can create logic that, for example, sets certain values. And there are also the external hooks, which are actually synchronous calls to any other API that can happen during the lifecycle, like the create or modify of an application or on click of a button.
So here we are in our Sales and Service Cloud version 2. And as an administrator with extensibility rights, I have here the application switcher where I can just open SAP Build Apps directly from my Sales and Service Cloud. When I open this up, I get really 2 build apps where I can create a new application to extend my Sales and Service Cloud. Now, clicking on Create, I can choose on different variants of applications. I want to build an application here, and I also want to build a front-end application and not a back-end application. So let's go here and give it a project name. Let's call it Account Extension, for example, because maybe we want to extend certain things on a business partner on an account. So with that, I just create that, and then my new app is being created on SAP Build. I start with an empty canvas here, and you can now change my app. I can give it a headline, and you see it's really simple, like an account extension. And I can just drag and drop my elements here. For example, if I want to have a new field here, let's say we want to save a SWOT analysis or describe it here to this customer. Maybe I would like to have a button here. I can drag and drop it here and give it a name, like Click Me. It keeps it really short. And I just want to show how easy it is to change things based on a click. Now let's also add some business logic by clicking on this button. We can just say, for example, we want to have a message here and an alert. So drag and drop it here and connect my button with the logic node. Okay, great. So let's close that again. Now I could do many more things. I could integrate this external data here. I could have several pages and have a deviation between them. I could change the theme very easily. There are a lot of capabilities, but I don't want to go to all the capabilities of build apps, but rather show how we can have it integrated in the extension scenario. So I just save my app here, and I could just launch it now and directly preview my app already live. But in our case, we just want to build it and then deploy it to our Sales and Service Cloud. So I will open the build service here, and we'll just go on the build here. Here we just fill out some settings. We select an MTAR, the long-term version, and also the version numbers we want to build here. Now it is queued, and we need to wait a little bit until it is delivered. And after a short couple of time, we will see that our solution was delivered, and now we can deploy this MTA to our Cloud Foundry actually. So we can select here our business technology platform account here, the right Cloud Foundry, and it will automatically deploy it into the HTML5 repository for where the application then can be used. So then it's publicly available. For sure, we can secure it with our identity provider, which is also done in that case, and then we can access it. So a lot of work is done for us here. And now we have run it on a cloud platform. So at the next step now, we can select a mashup in our Sales and Service Cloud, so that we get immediately created a new mashup or updated an existing mashup, which allows us and later to really see this extension nicely embedded in our Sales and Service Cloud. We can also click on it, and then we're going to see here the extension we've built. Yes, it's a very simple one. We can enter some data here. We can click a button, and we see this message that we did with no quote, but it's just a very simple example to illustrate the entire workflow. Now we can go to the settings in our Sales and Service Cloud here, where we can go to the mashup authoring, and there's a magic happening. We will have the account extension directly here. So that was created directly from SAP Build Apps. So it's really fully integrated in our Sales and Service Cloud. We can also do the preview here, where we see already the front end that was deployed to our HTML5 repository. Now let us go and also quickly embed this in the actual application. So we go to the accounts here, where we wanted to build an extension for. And in the account screen, we can change to the adaptation screen, which allows us to change the layout and adapt things that's an administrator. And here, we're just going to add a new tab here that we give a name. In our case, we just call it Account Extension. Let's set up a little bit more up to the front and apply so we have created our new tab. Now we have the tab, but in this tab, we would like me to add now the mashup. So we just go add a mashup, and here we search for the account extension that we have created. And here you can see there is our extension created with SAP Build Apps. Now we can just add it here, and we immediately see our extension that we built with the no-code, low-code platform that is showing here fully functional and deployed into our SAP Sales and Service Cloud.
Now, we are also going to show you a quick demo of code list restrictions in SAP Sales and Service Cloud v2. We'll learn how to restrict the fields in a drop-down menu using this easy-to-use no-code tool. Now, let's look at creating a new contact and taking a look at the gender field. Notice there are 5 options available under gender. Next, let's go to Settings, then All Settings. Now, search for Code List Restrictions. Here, we create a new code list restriction for contact. Enter a name and description for the restriction. Now, select Contact as the business entity and Gender as the code to restrict. Switch off the toggle next to the field you want to restrict. Save and confirm the changes. Then go back to the Contacts section and create a new contact. Now, observe the gender field. You'll notice that the restricted option is no longer available in the dropdown. And that's how you can use code list restrictions in SAP Sales and Service Cloud v2 to tailor fields to your specific business needs.
As an administrator, you have the power to manage page layouts specific to certain users or instances. Let's dive into the process of creating and assigning these page layouts. First, we'll create a page layout. Let's call it USA Layout. Head over to the Individual Customer section. For USA-specific users, we want to hide the ABC classification filter. To do this, go to User Profile and start the adaptation. Choose the newly created page layout, USA Layout. Now, select the filters and hide the ABC classification filter for USA users. End the session to save the changes. Next, we'll create an assignment rule. Go back to Settings, then All Settings. Search for assignment rules and create a new one. Let's name it USA Rule. Create a rule that states, when the email address contains user.usa@dummy.com, the ABC classification filter is hidden for USA users. Now, we'll assign the page layout to the assignment rule. Assign USA Rule to the page layout USA layout. To see the changes in effect, please log off and log back in. Go to Individual Customer. Here you can see that the filter ABC classification is hidden for the USA user. Check the layout to confirm it's set as USA layout. That's it. You've successfully created and assigned page layouts and assignment rules in the SAP Sales and Service Cloud v2.
SAP Sales and Service Cloud v2 has a new custom service feature to integrate external extensions seamlessly for the end user. This simplifies the usage of extensions with easy administrative tools and enables a unified end user experience. I've already defined the structure and metadata of the project order function in a JSON file. I'll import the metadata definition of the external project order extension to a new custom service. This automatically populates the API and entity definition for this service and activates. Next, I select the UIs that need to be generated. This could be a list, or detail view, or a create screen. The project order service is now integrated into the SAP Sales Cloud application. My sales reps can easily access the project order independently by accessing the list and details. They can search, adapt, and report on the project orders from within SAP Sales Cloud. They can also view the project order information in the context of an opportunity. Speaking of reporting and analytics, I can bring data from the custom service into the dashboards of the embedded SAP Analytics Cloud in the new watch list. A watch list is a new capability that allows business users to see what's happening with all their favorite metrics in one place without relying on a central IT function to build a dedicated story. Let's say I see a metric I want to follow. I can just add that to my watch list, and I can use the watch list to look at data from not just one, but across the entire SAP product suite.
Welcome to the world of SAP Intelligent CX. Our comprehensive suite of applications seamlessly integrates front-end and back-end systems, providing a unified and streamlined approach to managing customer interactions. We incorporate artificial intelligence that allows your team to work smarter and faster, and our industry-tailored use cases and partner ecosystem empowers organizations to deliver extraordinary experiences, build lasting relationships, and drive sustainable growth. Our composable SAP Customer Experience Suite enables leading brands to understand and protect customer data, increase lifetime value with personalized journeys, close more business faster, drive consistently profitable commerce outcomes, and deliver automated and agent-assisted service. Learn how you can deliver extraordinary customer experiences. Visit sap.com/cx.